I
Hmm.
get a ton of DMs
Hmm.
about productivity. How do I be more productive?
Yeah.
Do you have productivity tips? Like novelty. That's novelty right there. Never seen or heard that before. What else do you have on the topic of productivity?
Multiple things. So clicker training myself like a dog.
Okay.
So this also gets hate on social media, but anytime I complete an action, I love to like give myself a sticker, as in a sticky note on my huge wall. So like for people listening to the podcast, you won't be able to see this, but like behind me is a massive wall calendar.
Yeah.
I write my goals on sticky notes, and then when I complete them, I put them on the day that I completed it. So my brain gets addicted to the process of completing goals. So that's one way I do it. The other way I do it is I'll try to associate negative or things I don't want to do to get action items done. So an example would be like some days I don't want to film content, right? So I'll go on a run and I'll tell myself you can stop running when you start filming content. So I did this actually yesterday. I went on a run and I was like, I don't want to film content. I was like, you're going to go running. And I was like, okay, I'll go running. And then I tell myself I can stop running if when I stop running, I record a piece of content. So yesterday I posted a video and it was like, I was like catching my breath and I'm like, okay, this is what you should do today. I just posted some random video
Yeah.
and then I'll edit the video while I walk. And when I finish editing and I hit post and I go back to running. So it's like I pair two productive habits together, but
Yeah.
I take the one I'd rather less do and tell myself that I don't have to do it as long as I'm doing the other thing. So I'll do the same thing with my laundry. I'll be like, I'll have my laundry and then I'll have creation. And I'll be like, if you create, you can create 10 videos right now or you can fold your laundry. And I pick the one that's easier. So
Right.
this is exactly what I do when I babysit my younger cousin. It's like I make everything a game. I'll make a list of action items. I'm like, okay, Maureen, you need to do these 10 things. So I'll do this when he comes over to my when I used to have a house in Virginia. I'd be like, okay, we can do I'd make it exciting. I'm like, we can either wash my dishes or we can vacuum. And then I'd be like, which one do you want to do? And then he'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm excited to vacuum. And I'm like, perfect. You can vacuum. I'll do my dishes. And
Interesting.
it becomes a game because you get a choice.
Yeah.
So I do the same thing in my personal life. I'm like, Maureen, you can either record a YouTube video for your personal brand or you can close a client on a sales call. Which one do you want?
Gotcha.
And then you can up the ante on choosing one that's more unfavorable to get you to do another one. So I'd be like, do you want to send 100 outbound DMs or do you want to close 3 clients? And I'm like, I'll close 3 clients today. So
Okay.
I use procrastination on other tasks to motivate me to do the other ones. And
Right.
then I clicker train that by giving myself a sticker on my action item massive wall calendar. And then I get addicted to the process of finishing.
Okay. It sounds like I love that concept and it's very interesting and the whole gamification of it is very cool. It sounds like though at the core, I mean that's just discipline. Like
Yeah.
you are saying yourself, well, I have two options, but I feel like a lot of people, myself included at times would be like, I have these two options. Maybe, you know what, something bad just happened. I just want to go and watch YouTube. I want to do whatever. But you have discipline to make that decision. How do you get that? Like at the core, where does that come from?
I remind myself of the why, which is commonly talked about. I think it's like overly talked about. But what I do is so instead of viewing it, let's use the example of posting 3 TikToks.
Yeah.
I don't want to post 3 TikToks. So what I used to say is, oh, no worry, Maureen, you don't have to post 3 TikToks. It's just 3 TikToks. Now I have a Google Doc where I write all the ways that building a massive personal brand will change my life. So for me, it's like, obviously I want family and kids in the future. I don't want to be working when I have kids. I want to just raise kids. Like my overall goal has always been I want to be a stay-at-home mom, but then I realized at 18 I'm not going to be a stay-at-home mom at 18. So how can I live a stay-at-home mom lifestyle and stay at home or work from home? So I decided I'd build it for myself before it happens, and then when it happens I'll do that. But what I tell myself is, okay, Maureen, if you don't post 3 TikToks today, what you're saying no to, you're not saying no to posting 3 TikToks. You're saying no to making over $10,000 this month. And that $10,000 will give you enough money to save money. That way, in 5 to 10 years, when you have kids, like, would you rather film 3 TikTok videos today at 21, or do you want to have to film those 3 TikTok videos when you have a newborn baby because you don't have money in the future? Is it a little extreme
Yeah.
to think like that? Maybe, but I remind myself that like it's easier to do it now for my future self, and I'm no longer saying no to 3 TikToks, I'm saying no to my future life. And
Right.
then it clicks for me that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not saying no to, like, for example, going to the gym. I'm not saying no to the gym today. I'm saying no to, oh, I don't want a fit body in 6 months. And I'm like, well, obviously I want a fit body in 6 months, but I don't want to go to the gym today. So I just switch the narrative to the future.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking from a future perspective mostly.